And we are live for the first time in a month and a half, month and a week, month and 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been that long? Whew.
It's a month and a half.
Yeah,
It's
that's
been
crazy.
a long time.
I didn't realize. So anyways, we left off last time in a very suspenseful situation. The players were struggling with a corpse flower. And
Struggling is a strong word. We were in full control of that situation.
yeah. And so then we let everyone level up. And they had a short rest. And yeah, and then they heard the sounds in the night of orcs celebrating. And they had been tracking these orcs, trying to get ahead of them. But due to the couple combats that slowed them down, they did not manage to get in front of them. So that's where we left off.
What level are we right now?
6.
Okay.
Yes, I have you down as 6. I don't know if that's accurate or not. But, yes, and since the game, I don't know, Eva and Renmer, I've updated your sheets with the magic items you had.
Yes.
So it's like all in there.
Okay.
So, thank you guys for tuning in. Shroot to Kill, love you. You've been tuning in a lot lately. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we've been dying to play. We've been talking in the chat constantly on Discord about how bad we want to play, and I just have to say I've missed this group. So, thank you guys. Anything anybody wants to say before we jump into the game, or are we good?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's jump in.
All right,
Play.
cool. That's what I want. So, all right. So you guys managed to cross the Y in the road near where the merchants' wagons were once at. You guys, as you're traveling here and you cross that area, you notice the roads are kind of rough and bumpy and difficult terrain. Especially if you ever go off the path, you notice it's even worse. Garrick, give me a survival check. Get some dice rolling.
Let's see here. 12?
12. Okay, so, you just noticed that it just seems like there's a lot. Maybe it's from feet from the orcs trudging through here or something like that, but you can't quite make out what it is exactly.
Gotcha.
It's just a very rough because there's so many different footprints, right? You still hear in the distance orcs celebrating. Every once in a while, you'll hear loud roars. And it sounds like they're a ways ahead. However, during night, as we all know, sound travels further. You've just come off your short rest, so there's probably no need to rest at this time. Okay. What is it you guys would like to do in preparation of leading up to the sounds?
We need to locate the Eva's family, correct?
I originally I thought that's what you were doing is we went that way to find everybody and kind of stand guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The most likely place they would be on the road. Eva, your family, your father's a clever man. Would he have gone off the road to potentially hide from the orcs?
Well, considering the fact
it had been raining, by the way, remember, all day, just so you guys know.
I don't know what would have gone through his mind right now, quite honestly.
Rain's good. Rain slows armies, but does not slow small parties.
One thing I definitely want to do is take some time to cast a ritual spell of tongues.
Okay.
Because I'm sorry, not tongues. I am looking at it here.
Comprehend languages?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's my ritual spells. Probably comprehend languages. Yeah, comprehend languages. There we go.
So also, just to give a reminder, so when your father had stayed back in town, remember? Because he even had that interaction at the front gate. All the women and children pretty much left.
So it's the mom. It's her mom and family.
And the women and children of the whole city.
Yeah.
That
Right.
left,
So that's a
'cause they
larger group.
Yes. So it was all that, and very few, but a couple guards went too.
They were likely overtaken then. We should investigate.
Thanks.
I just
Thanks
was
a
trying
lot.
to. I'm not saying yes or no. I'm just saying the scenario so you guys understand.
Yeah,
So I can already
yeah,
tell
yeah.
there's some people that
Yeah,
were meant to
it's
That's all.
we played a while ago.
Mm.
We should likely investigate first why the orcs are celebrating. If they have captured them, maybe we can do something. If they haven't, then they are getting away and the orcs are wasting their time.
Mm.
So you guys would also know you're getting kind of close to where the swamplands were,
Yeah.
where the never-ending swamps were. You are on the road. There is a path, but obviously it's from the mud. It's a little bit trudged.
We're near the merchant ambush site, right?
Yes, you're just past it.
Is the
At
noise
the-
that we're hearing coming from, generally speaking, road north or road south?
The one to the east rather than north. So the one that heads towards the swamps. Now, you don't see footprints on the road going north.
Yeah. We should head down to the orc camp.
Sounds good.
Do we want to try to go invisibly or?
Likely when we get closer, but right now the cover of darkness should suffice.
Okay.
Because we could get all of us invisible. If you can make someone, I can make 2 people invisible.
Yeah, I can make 2 people
Mhm.
invisible as well.
Do we still have Kraken?
We do.
How does Kraken see well at nighttime, by the way?
I don't think so. Let me see, as far as
And we've just had a
Kraken's-
short rest, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Kraken sees as well as night as I do. So
So
Still,
not bad.
campfires and large gatherings would stand out. Even with some elevation, he might be able to spot the campfires of the orc camp if they are truly set in for the night.
yeah, I'm fine with not going invisibly. I'm just kind of wondering if we wanted to do any of that. It might be a little bit easier to conceal someone. But I mean, the alternative would be possibly sending Kraken ahead invisible and having him scout.
I think we should probably make up ground and potentially move Kraken. Well, you can only do one at a time, correct?
I can observe. Well, I can send Kraken ahead and then have Kraken kind of come back and report what he finds. As long as he's within, I think it's like 100 feet, I can, communicate with him telepathically. So,
Just as a question to the DM, can we see like the glow of like a campfires, like a large encampment?
Good question. Let me double check. Kinda in the sky, but you would assume it's really far away still.
Perhaps you could just send
You're still
Kraken
miles away, basically.
to find that location while we get moving.
I'm sorry, which location was that?
The campfires like the glow of campfires we can see in the distance.
Gotcha. Well, that's what I was thinking. Have Kraken go kind of look and see what's going on at the camp and then come back. The thing is, though, Kraken is a very brightly colored parrot, so not necessarily the best for espionage. So I can make Kraken invisible.
It's still the night sky. He will still be difficult to see, and we should get moving to even get close enough that if he finds something, we can do something about it tonight.
Sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and send Kraken ahead, and try to tell him to stay high so that he's not easily spotted, and then to take a quick look, and then when he gets a quick look, to come back quickly.
So, question: if something were to happen to him and he's out of your 100-foot range or whatever, do you know if something happens, or you just guess when he doesn't return? Like, do you have some kind of sixth sense about stuff like that?
Actually know how it works with the wizard familiars.
So I know I can just make it reappear. I don't know that I realize if something happens to it.
Okay.
I know it used to be that you had all sorts of like turmoil when you lost a familiar, but now it's just pretty much resummon them. So I don't think in 5th edition there's any real penalty to having the familiar die other than 10 gold pieces every time you have to resummon it.
Okay. Do me a favor. Roll for Kraken's perception check. He's actively trying to see things. Or actually, what's his modifier for that? And I'll roll for it.
+3.
+3? Okay. So I'll just roll it with
It's
my
not great, not terrible.
Okay. All right. So he goes off. He's gone for a while. About an hour.
While he's gone, we're making our way that way, correct?
Yes, we're on the move.
Yeah.
So as he's gone, I'd say it's about a half hour to an hour before you see him again. When he comes back, he's muttering, "Rah, rah," and he's telling you all this stuff that only you understand because he seems very distressed. He tells you, lots of an orc encampment is ahead. There's fighting going on, like pits of fighting. And he's telling you that there was a dead dragonborn in full plate armor. And that
One of the guards, isn't it?
he's seeing dwarves fighting in these pits against goblins. By the way, I rolled randomly for the dragonborn.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, but I was
gonna say
maybe it is a guard, maybe it's not.
I don't know.
I was just excited I randomly rolled that, so. Would have been really interesting if it was like a half elf or something.
I would have been kind of concerned.
Yeah, that would have been a little
I
worse.
would have been a little mildly concerned.
And Kraken says he saw something large. So they're camping in the swamplands. But he saw something large that seemed to be covered by a tent.
Okay.
Okay.
That could be the, was it the ogre? Half ogre? What was that we saw in the town?
Yeah, you had, oh shoot, what was it? Let me put...
I think it was a half ogre.
So he did not see any of the women or children that we were.
He saw cages in this encampment.
Cages.
And he saw that dwarves were being pulled out of them to fight in the pits. With
This
goblins.
does warrant further investigation.
Okay.
All right. By the way, this broadcast is brought to you by Barks Root Beer.
God damn it.
Because Barks has bite.
Remember those commercials?
That was the old thing from the 90s.
That was the old one. What do you mean Barks has bite? What do you mean Barks has bite?
I love it.
It had a dog in it too, didn't it?
I don't even remember.
I don't either.
I just remember saying it all the time.
Yeah.
Because me and my friend used to drink Barks Root Beer and Mug Root Beer. That was our favorite thing in the world.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So how are you guys approaching? Are you approaching? Are you waiting for day? What is the plan?
Definitely a nighttime approach, I think, right, guys?
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think how much? All right. So spell slot wise, in a totally out of character discussion, how are you guys looking spell slot wise?
Mine aren't doing that well.
Yeah, I've got. I'm doing well on first level, but I've only got 1 second level. I have 2 third level because we took that short rest.
I have 1 third level and then I have 3 first level, but I'm all out of second.
Do we have anyone that we feel confident could sneak in without stealth roll or without invisibility, just on stealth rolls?
I mean, I have a +5, and I know our wizard has a high stealth too, right?
Yeah, my stealth isn't too bad.
But I also
I-
could turn invisible.
I can also disguise myself as an orc or goblin
Oh.
or
That's probably a good idea. I cannot sneak in, nor can I bluff my way in. So
I
Yeah,
can
you're really bad at that.
I'm bad at both of those things.
with comprehend languages, I can understand, but I can't speak. I would have to cast tongues in order to speak, though.
Hmm.
I could disguise someone else too, and I've actually got enough on disguise.
I can disguise myself, but I can't do it to anyone else.
Yeah.
I don't think.
So I could disguise myself, and I could make I could understand what they were saying, but if someone starts asking me something, I wouldn't be able to reply back to them.
Maybe could we make me and Eva invisible and we could go behind you guys? Would that be workable in our spell slot economy? Or would you guys be then left without anything to do fighting wise?
Oh, I can always. I mean, spells are good, but
Yeah, a lot of my spells are utility, so if I use
You guys
my
just roll over
invisibility,
the
it's
higher level
fine.
cantrips, right?
I mean, I can throw a fireball and still cast haste on you. So I've
All
still
right,
got
well then-
that left.
Maybe disguise self and invisibility is the way to go.
Let's see here.
So comprehend languages. If someone says something in any language, you can basically understand it. Is that how that works?
Yeah. So
How
I
long
can
does that
I can
last?
understand 1 hour. So it's a ritual. It takes 10 minutes. So
Sure.
I could essentially take that 10 minutes, cast it, and then make my way in. I'd have 1 hour of understanding everything that's said.
Okay.
That
Um,
concentration?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So and then
Do you
I
know
do-
what the language is when they speak
So,
it? Like, for instance, if a dragon spoke all of a sudden, would you understand that's dragon?
so
do you just
I
understand?
do. Well, that's the thing. I also wouldn't want to use up my 3rd level slots. I do have tongues,
Mhm.
which I can cast, which lets me speak and understand any language for an hour.
Okay.
Literally any language I hear, I can understand. And then when I
Sure.
speak, everyone that hears me understands whatever it is I'm saying. So they would just hear it as if I was talking
Speaking
normal.
common. I gotcha.
Yeah, common, or if they
Okay.
speak goblin, they'd hear it as goblin or whatever. So
Right.
a dragon would hear it as draconic.
Right.
So
I get that.
do that.
I just
So
wonder
I
if you
don't-
would know in your, like, as you're doing this, oh, that's a dragon talking, or you know what I mean? Or something like that. That's all. Not a big deal.
I don't know if I would specifically. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't know what language it is, because it lets you understand other languages.
Sure.
And I would understand maybe that it's not a language that I normally understand, but the magic's letting me understand it.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
but I don't know if I would be able to say specifically, yes, this is draconic, or no. But I can say that I do speak draconic, so I can talk to dragons.
Okay. I was just. I'm not. I don't have a dragon coming to talk. I just was curious.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Because that would be handy. That's the only one I don't actually need a spell for.
Okay.
All right.
So that's you guys have your plan set? Excellent. Roll for initiative.
What?
Well,
Okay.
saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I have a 14.
And your passive perception's a 21, correct?
No. My Oh yeah, no. Yep, my passive perception is a 21.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, the hell you mean it's not 21?
So-
It's been 21 up to now.
What's
Yeah.
everyone's initiative score? Sorry, what did you get? Eva, we'll start with you. What was your number?
19.
19.
Grant rolled a nat 1.
Nice. Garrick, what'd you get for your initiative?
0.
Oh, attaboy.
My initiative was a 14.
And then Meek,
Got a 12.
12. All right. So then.
Amazing.
Okay.
Thanks, Meek.
Amazing.
All right. So the only person not surprised is Garrick. Everybody else,
Nice.
the first
that
round,
sounds
you're
about right.
surprised, or until you see or something happens. Now,
Aw, damn.
basically, that means Eva,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna miss your turn, so you're surprised.
Fuck.
Next up is Garrick. So Garrick, you hear behind you guys as you're walking in that direction, in Goblin, a series of goblins say, "Get them!" And they're not loud, but you hear them like very subtly, "Get them! They're the ones who killed them!" And all of a sudden you hear, some little goblins in the mud.
Aw.
What are you doing?
Okay. Do I know where they're at? Like, am I able to see them?
Yes, they're are you using a light source?
I've got the drift globe sitting there. I could flip the drift globe on.
Okay, it's your turn. You flip the drift globe on as a bonus action. We'll say that you were trying to stay dark. So as a bonus action, you flip it on. When you turn around, you see 6 goblins in leather armor with short bows drawn. But you also see a goblin with a chain shirt, a shield, and scimitar between the 2 in the back.
That's a nice shirt.
Hmm.
And they're about, I'd say, 30 feet behind you. In between
Well-
trees and stuff.
Okay. Let's just do this.
Are we invisible? Are Eva and I invisible?
I don't think we did that.
We
Yeah, I
didn't
don't.
cast- Okay. that's
I
fine.
don't think we got to we got past the point of prepping comprehend languages, but that's about it. So,
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
so, yeah, let's point at the one wearing the chain shirt
Mm-hmm.
and Tasha's hideous laughter.
Okay, and that's a saving throw of some sort?
Wisdom. It's difficulty 16.
Okay.
Actually,
Does
wait,
not-
hold on. Maybe I was gonna say it might even be higher than that. Oh no, yep. That's 16 sounds about right.
I wonder if redirect attack would work.
Oh,
On
boy.
a spell?
I don't know. It says when a creature the goblin can see targets it with an attack, the goblin chooses
not a-
another goblin within 5 feet of it. The 2 goblins
not a-
swap places.
It's not an attack, it's a spell. So you can't, it's not like you can grab my spell and then
Right, I
make
gotcha.
the spell
I gotcha.
hit the other goblin. So it basically at that point it falls to the ground and just begins laughing maniacally. Like I just told the funniest joke in the world.
Okay. All right, so he drops between the 2. The 2 stop kind of where they're at near him. Meek is still surprised, so we will then go to them. All right, so 6 of them are going to shoot at, I'd probably say you and Meek are in the back, right? Is that what you guys said, probably?
Yeah, usually.
All right, so I gotta roll some dice.
This is gonna hurt.
So Garrick is gonna take the first 3.
Now here's the question.
Yep.
Do I still have mage armor on? Because it lasts
It's an
for 8
8-hour
hours,
thing.
but yeah, it lasts for 8 hours. I don't remember when I originally cast it though.
Oh, you've only cast it. You've went through 2 battles with it. And it's nighttime now.
Yeah, I don't know.
You tell me if
I-
you'd have it. I'll let you tell me.
I mean, I don't know if it's been 8 hours since we fought the tree.
No, not since the tree. No.
So if it hasn't been more than 8 hours, then I would have mage armor. So mage
Okay.
armor would help out then.
So I've got a 12. Does that hit?
12 doesn't hit me. I'm a
All right.
16.
So then that one, and no. So all of them miss you. It's Meek's turn.
Okay.
So you guys see arrows start coming from behind you guys. Meek, you're kind of still not paying attention. You don't understand. You briefly hear behind you some laughing. I got a 22.
To hit me?
Yeah, and then
No, that doesn't hit.
what about a 14?
They'll both hit.
All right, not too bad though. Don't worry. All right, 10. 14 points of damage from both arrows. So both arrows just kind of hit you in the back from the direction you start hearing some laughter. The goblins are actually going to drop back. The two that were next to the one that was laughing pick him up and start pulling him back.
Okay.
And if anyone can see in the dark, that's up to 60 feet, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you guys can still see them as they're about 50 feet back now. The drift globe is about 30 feet behind you or in front of you?
I mean, if the drift globe's
'Cause I think it follows
going,
you, right?
yeah, it usually follows me. Yeah.
So then you
But
can still
I
see them
haven't-
as well then. So the light will be shining still back there and you guys can see them. All right. I just wanted to be clear so that I knew. All right. After that, it is now Renmer's turn. And you are no longer surprised because
No,
of the
this is
arrows
still the
that came
first round. I'm surprised.
through. Once they act, it's being lifted. That's how I'm ruling it right here.
Okay. They're 60 feet away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no surprise rounds in D&D now. It's like a condition that can be changed.
So they're
my
60
understanding.
feet away now.
Yes. No,
Okay.
50 feet
They're
behind
50
you.
feet.
Yeah.
All right. Then I will just take the dash action and I will swords out, just get in the middle of them.
Okay. All right, so you're in between the 4 in the front then.
Yes.
And as he's doing that, I yell out, "Remember, Renmer, not the one that's laughing,"
Yeah.
because we've done this before.
All right, and then you do not have an action, correct? You just used it to dash.
Yep.
All right,
Dash.
so now we are back up to Eva.
Okay. So the closest ones are 60 feet, right?
50.
50. I'm not that fast. So, in that case, what I will do is, with my last second level spell slot, I'm gonna pop a moonbeam.
Oh.
Which, there we go, pull it up. So that is a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. I will drop it. Oh, you know what? No, hold on. I mean, I'm still gonna use it.
Okay.
Okay, it doesn't affect a radius. It's just 5
One
foot.
person.
Yes. So I will drop it on one of the goblins who is carrying the other away.
Okay. And they just have to make a saving throw or
That is a con save.
con save. Okay. 13. Does a 13 make it?
It does not.
All right. So he lets go of him, and how much damage does he take?
2d10, I believe. That will be 14 radiant damage.
So when you blast him, what's that look like as he drops?
You would almost think it was a zombie. Or, no. You would almost think it was like a vampire out in the sun.
He disintegrates?
Yeah. Yeah.
All of a sudden he starts
apparently-
flaking off. Falls into a pile of ash.
Yeah, it's not like a Edward Cullen type of sparkly death. I'm way too good for that. It's more of like what a vampire is supposed to do when he's out in the sun.
He doesn't die like Batman. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, Garrick.
And that remains
sorry.
up until I think the concentrations on it is for like a minute. So.
Yeah, I think you can move it and stuff too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Garrick.
Yeah, let's do. Let's pick one of the goblins and do a firebolt.
Okay.
So. That is a 12 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay.
So just mists and blasts off into the dark.
Yep.
All right, Meek. So you see like Eva summoning this moonbeam down as the sky just shoots this lunar light down and melts a guy. You see Garrick hurl one of your favorites, a firebolt, off into the darkness. And Renmer has sprinted back in between a couple of them.
And so I am gonna cast a classic firebolt as well.
All right.
That is not the best, but let's see. And do I have my... So that's a 10, but I could use my favored by the gods because we took a short rest. So I'm going to do that and add 2d4.
Okay.
So that's 10, 15 to hit.
That will hit.
Sweet. So that's going to be... $11 points of fire damage.
So you set his leather armor on fire. He takes one step as he tries to run away and falls dead.
I see.
Like a shish kebab. All right. It is their turn. So seeing this, the two goblins on Renmer pull out their scimitars and draw their shield. They will both attack Renmer.
Good idea.
First one misses. Second one, 17 plus 4, 21.
21 hits.
For 6 points of damage. They will both take the disengage bonus action and go in separate directions. Moving more towards, like, away to kind of flank around. The other two that are kind of close to you are going to shoot at you because you're the closest with bows. One misses for sure. The other one is 3 plus 4. So 17?
17 ties.
So it hits. Okay. For 6 points of damage. The 1, 2, 3, 4. That is all of them. Yes, so that's all of them. So the goblin boss, does he get a chance to do a save every turn?
Yes. On its turn, he gets a save. If it takes damage, it gets to save with advantage.
And it's wisdom?
Wisdom 16. Yeah, wisdom is a good one against goblins.
He still fails and continues to laugh. But he is pulled away with the one goblin as he's moving away.
They're able to attack and disengage and pull in the same turn.
So they don't. So goblins get an ability that allow. So they're not engaged with you. The ones that's with the boss, by the way, they're not engaged with anyone. However, goblins get nimble escape, so they can take a disengage or hide action as a bonus action on each of their turns.
Yeah. Okay, so the ones with the arrows were the ones with the boss.
Yes, they all have short bows. The two that had the swords were not. They were in the front. The boss was in the back.
So what's
I was just gonna say I'm gonna be paying attention to which one's trying to haul the boss away because obviously I'm concentrating on that spell. So I'm gonna want to, try to move up in that general direction.
Yep. So there's only one that's now with him, and he is pulling him back another 30 feet.
Okay.
So the one that I hit with. Oh wait, never mind. That one.
So right now they're about 70 feet from you, Garrett, because I don't think you moved the first turn or the second turn. So they're about 70 feet back. As for you, Renmer, they're about 30, 20 feet away from you. And then Meek and Eva, they're about 70 feet away from you as well. That one. The other two that's kind of split and went the other way, they are 30 feet away from you, Renmer, whichever direction you choose to go. If you go towards one, though, you're going to be 60 feet from the other one. Does that make sense?
So they're all different directions from me at this point.
Yep. So there's a total right now, just so we got this clear, 1, 2, 3, 4 regular goblins and 1 boss. Of the 4 regular, there's 2 that were engaged with you that went separate directions. Okay? So you can choose which one you want to go to that way. There's 1 that's next to the goblin boss that went straight back. So if you're right here, you got 2 that went to your sides.
Yeah.
There's the one that was holding the goblin boss that went straight ahead of you, but backwards for him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then there's one other one that's just off in another direction, who's also about 40 feet away from you.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the one that has the goblin boss, and I'm gonna slice him up.
Okay. And it is your turn.
First attack is a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. That's going to be 12 damage.
You kill him.
All right. Well, then I'm going to just kind of hold my blade over the goblin boss and look at the other ones and say, if you want him to live, lay down your arms.
Do you speak goblin?
No.
Okay, just curious.
Doesn't seem like a problem to run more. He feels like the implications are there.
All right. That was your turn. We are now back up to Eva.
Okay. I would. Is anybody in melee range of any of the rest of my party?
Just Renmer.
Okay.
And it's just the boss at this point. But he's laughing on the ground.
I'd like to move 30 feet up.
Okay.
I'm not aiming at the boss. What's near him? There's still.
So there's 3
there.
other regular goblins.
Okay.
You just kind of got to pick which one. They're all just scattered.
Okay.
at the
So
point.
I'm moving up 30 feet.
Okay.
I guess towards the boss, but I'm gonna move the moonbeam to, I guess, really the first one that I can see besides the boss.
Okay. So it'd be one of the ones that was engaged with Renmer at first.
Yes. And I can move it up to 60 feet. So.
Okay.
So they'll
And they have to make a dex save or something?
The con save.
Con save.
Yeah.
Okay. Does a 13 beat that?
It does not.
Okay. So he takes damage.
Yes. All right. That's going to be 13 radiant damage.
Yep. You got him.
Okay.
So he does the same thing. Disintegrates into some ashes.
Yep.
All right. It is now Garrick's turn.
I am going to go up to the boss and use my best sailor knots and tie him up.
Nice.
Okay. Are you able to close 70 feet?
Well, is he 70 feet away? Because
Yeah, so he moved twice, 2 turns. remember?
They're dragging him.
Yep.
I can close 60.
Okay. So next turn you could probably tie him up then.
Yep.
All right. Meek. It is
And
your
I'm
turn.
gonna have Kraken go and tell him jokes to keep him laughing.
Oh my god.
Think up a good joke.
All right.
All right, Meek.
So, is there anyone in my range that I can hurl fire at?
What's your range?
It's 120.
Oh, yeah, you can hit anybody you want.
Okay. Then I will throw more fire. And my movement is so that I'm not like too far from anyone, at least always in 30 feet.
Okay.
So, but to hit, that's a natural 1.
Oh.
So
Well,
Who
that's
are you
that.
hurling it at?
The sky apparently. So with that, I'm gonna cast a healing word on myself.
Okay. So I rolled a nat 20 on to see if you hit somebody. So I am now rolling a d6 to see who you hit.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Renmer is 1 and 2. Eva's
Uh-huh.
3, 4. Garrick is 5 and 6. I got a 6. So Garrick takes your firebolt damage.
Oh no.
Feel free to roll the damage, mate.
She tripped over a rock and like fell back and just threw
Yeah,
it
he-
up in the air.
He just
does
ran
she-
into her field of fire.
Does she
It's
automatically hit me, or does she still have to make a roll against my armor class?
No, I rolled a 20 to see if it
Good
beat
armor.
armor class.
All right.
But I'm not going to make her roll a crit damage. I just rolled normal damage.
It's only 5.
Only 5.
Only 5 for
Okay.
Fine. That's like not even a fifth of your hit points. I hope.
All right. So
Is a wizard.
That's true. That's true.
So, do I need to make a concentration check with that?
Yes, actually.
Okay. I don't remember what the concentration check damage or difficulty is
Is it not working?
when it's.
Oh, there it is.
I mean, it's not above.
It's 5 plus 10.
Oh,
or something,
actually-
is that right? Or it's half
Actually,
damage.
I have 5 temporary hit points. So if it didn't even affect my actual hit points and only took off temporary hit points, does it still?
Yeah, I would still say
Does-
yeah. But it's only like 10 plus half damage, right? Isn't that the con
Yeah.
save?
Yeah, 10
Alright.
plus half. So
So you just got to be
I thought it was-
13.
No, it's 10. Now I remember. It's 10 or half the damage if that's above 10.
Oh, is that what it is?
Because-
Okay.
Yeah, because 13's. I mean, you're talking con saves for wizards. That's still
Yeah.
pretty tough. I got a 7.
So you made it.
No,
All
it's
right.
10 is the minimum. It's 10 or half if it's above
okay.
10.
So yeah, you drop it then. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. It is now their turn. All right. So the 3, seeing their goblin boss kind of stand up, decide to shoot at Renmer since he's near them. Like you're over top of the boss, right, Renmer?
yeah, I was holding my sword directly over him.
Yeah. All right. So they shoot at you. They both miss. There's a third one that's going to shoot at you. That'll hit. That's 21 for 5 points from an arrow that pierces you in like your back. The boss is going to use the nimble escape to disengage.
Wait, he has to hear Kraken's joke first.
Yeah. What's the joke? What's the joke?
Okay, ready? What has 8 legs, 8 arms, and 8 eyes?
What?
8 pirates. There you go.
I like that actually. Okay.
I hate
so,
my life.
So he will use the disengage action as a bonus action. He will then move his full movement, which is 30 feet. And that is his turn. Oh, no, then he gets a normal action. So he will then do his normal action to do a dash and just run another 30 feet. So he gets 60 feet away from you, Renmer. Backwards. So now he's 70 feet from you, Garrick, and a lot from Meek and Eva. All right. That was their turn. The other goblins now will also flee, and they're going to use their bonus action to dash. So they're going to move 60 feet away. Actually be 90 feet for those ones, because they're not engaged with anybody. So do you want to chase? Who is it? Eva. Do you want to chase? Or no, it's Renmer. Renmer's next. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's 60 feet from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to sheathe my sword and just extend a hand and say, Tyr's justice will find you. And I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at his back as he runs away. He needs to make a Dex 12 save.
Okay. might get him. Oh, he got it. I have 17.
Yeah, so. Yeah, Renmore's just going to start walking back to the group.
Okay. And after that is Eva. They are out of your line of sight. You can't even see where they went off into the woods.
They ran away from the camp, right?
Yeah. So you guys originally were heading towards the camp. The boss went directly like the opposite direction. The other ones went off to the side somewhere.
So Eva's gonna cut Moonbeam. She's gonna cut the spell.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't know, do any of y'all speak Giant?
Nope. Well, I understand it.
Okay. I think she might have forgotten that. And so she's going to yell a lot of stuff like, yeah, that's right, you better run, and some much more spicier things equating to get the fuck out in Giant. And she's not hiding it. Like, she's yelling this shit. And then, the spell is cut, and she walks back after she's done with her little tirade.
While you do that, Meek just walks up, stands next to you, and not loudly at all, but just quietly starts mumbling like shit and infernal. It's just like this cascade like behind you of like this demonic chatter.
Thank you. You know what I haven't been doing? I haven't been speaking an accent. Damn it.
I scream.
Yeah, where's Eva? Eva's not here tonight. Apparently it's
right.
Courtney
Okay.
Eva.
Hold on. All right. So she'll do.
It's
all
like a
that,
pompous
she'll come back.
sounding voice, like.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of weird. This like usually kind of soft spoken and level headed individual just shrieking in Giant. And so like she'll come back. Meek stands by her and is mumbling, and I couldn't have said it better myself.
Hey,
I'll pat her on the head.
Hey, Juice.
Yeah.
Just thinking of it too. The goblin can't move 60 feet because he gets the disengage for free, but he still has to stand up.
Standing up is half of his movement.
Yes.
He was prone, so yeah.
I'll be
He
right
used
back.
his
I have to let a
bonus
dog out.
action.
Oh, shit.
Well,
So
so if
he's-
he used half of his, so he'd still move 45 feet.
Yeah, 45 feet.
Yep. So he's 45 feet from Renmer.
Okay. Well,
Would you
when-
change?
when-
Do you still want to chase, or do you want to stay, Renmer?
Yeah,
Still walking back.
I'm going to move in that direction.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
So when I move in that direction and he
So
is
he's 55 from you.
Yeah, he would be 55 from me. So if I move 30 feet that way, then he's 25 from me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I cast sleep on him.
Okay. And how many hit points of sleep is that? Don't you have to roll for that, right?
Yep.
All right, roll for that.
24.
24. What do I have? You barely get him to sleep. Barely,
All right.
by 1 hit point.
I immediately then, as soon as I can, get up to him and tie him up while he's sleeping.
All right. You're able to do that.
And I'm yelling back to these guys, hey, someone want to help me with this?
Renmore will come over and heft him up and carry him back.
So,
Have the other goblins noticed that we have their leader?
You don't see them.
All right.
yeah.
We should probably set a perimeter.
All right. I
start to walk around in a circle.
will go ahead.
You would.
I'm going to just really quickly, so we have some cover here just in case.
Mhm.
I'm going to spend the next few minutes doing Leomon's tiny hut. It'll take
I
me
love that spell.
10 minutes to do, but then we're essentially inside of a wall of force where we can interrogate this guy or do what we need to do.
Yes.
Yeah, Shoot to Kill just said, I imagine the boss running and then falling flat on his face asleep. Yes, he did that right into some mud that he then pushed all the mud up against himself as he slid
All right.
across it. All right, so Liamon's tiny hut is cast. You guys are all inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can see out of that like normal, correct?
Yes.
And it looks like a glowing light from outside of it, correct? I believe
It's a
like
10-foot
I think
radius.
you can decide what color it looks like, but it doesn't emanate light. It actually dulls any light that's inside of it, right?
Right, yeah, they can't make out anything inside of it. They have no idea how many people or things are inside of it.
You can command the interior to become dimly lit or dark. The dome is opaque from the outside, so they can't see anything in or out that's going inside. It's just a colorless dome. Any color I choose, so I will choose it to be mud colored if that's where we're landing.
Okay.
And then, but it's transparent from the inside, so we can see out just fine, and then we can have it be well lit inside.
Okay. So your drift globe won't work outside of it though either, because I'm assuming you would have that inside of your hut.
Yeah, I mean, it's
all dark outside. So
I just grabbed the drift globe. So yeah.
Okay.
So what they basically see is, I basically, point my fingers and say something. He drops down again. This time not laughing. He looks essentially dead. So, and then I just, we take him and this kind of like brown mud colored dome appears, and they can't see anything through it.
Okay. You guys can see what looks like after a few minutes, you will see what looks like some goblins, 6 of them surrounding you. They're about 30 feet around you. They have you circled. These looks like 2 of the ones from before and 4 other ones. Just so you know. Are you interrogating the guy inside of there?
Yeah, I mean, I figured that we'd kind of be doing that because he's going to wake up after a few minutes.
Sure. So when he wakes up, obviously he doesn't know that the goblins outside of it can't see or hear him. So he's like screaming, "Come get him!" In his goblin voice. "Get him! Don't let him do this to me! Get him!" And it's really loud and it's like
I'm very gently just going to lay the blade of my sword against the side of his face.
He stops and he's like trembling.
And obviously no weapons or armor at this point, so.
Right. Yeah, he's like trembling. You can see like most goblins you guys have probably encountered have like scars, whether it's like whiplashings or something like that. He looks perfectly clean of scars. Like he's never been hit by anything before.
Interesting. I'm going to just ask him in common, what are you doing here?
We're patrolling. We're scouting. We've been tracking you. You killed our friends. Let me go. Let me go. Don't do to me what you did to them.
We didn't kill any friends.
Yes, you did. We've been scouting from the coast to here. We followed your footprints.
We killed I don't know if you can say killed. There was a giant tree.
Yeah, we saw that too.
Yeah. Well,
we watched you fight it.
Okay. Well, we didn't kill your friends. If you watched us fight it, you've seen all that we've seen. We came from the river.
We did fight some goblins. We kind of did kill their friends.
See? I told you.
No, that's out of character. Out of character. Just as a quick reminder, since we haven't played in a month and a half.
You did kill goblins before the...
We did kind of kill some goblins before that.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I didn't remember shit.
I completely forgot that we killed any goblins. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I knew what your passive perception was because I had it in my notes.
Nice.
Gotcha.
And they weren't seen and they had advantage on stealth checks.
Okay. So did they attack us? Since I don't remember the details.
The original ones? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just say it was self-defense. They attacked us. I mean, we're just going along trying to get our family members back, and you killed
our family members.
Again, what family members? we,
You killed our 6 brothers. They were under my command.
And what
And
were
when-
they doing?
Patrolling, making sure nobody was following.
Instructions were to attack travelers.
Yes, anyone who was following.
You see,
Okay.
We scout for the orcs. If we let any through, we die. They put us in the fighting pits.
Oh.
You did a fantastic job.
How about we just make you a deal? We don't go through and you scout for us, and then they don't put you in the fighting pits, and then you can give us information and we will pay you money.
You pay me money. Give me money.
Let's see.
I'll take out a handful of coins.
Yeah, I'll
I'll just reach in and I'll like just grab a handful.
Yeah, let's grab 5, 6. You said we killed 6 of his friends,
Yes.
so 6 silver pieces, 1 for each of his friends.
You gotta double that. That's not enough.
And this, and we'll say I'm holding like 10 gold.
And gold.
whoa. He just asked us to double 6 silver pieces. Come on.
Yeah, I have 10 gold in my hand. I'll hand it to him.
I want my armor and weapons back.
I'll like
well,
clasp
how-
the gold in his hand and just like pat his hand.
By the way, you just killed 4 more of his friends too.
We just
So
gave
you're
10
at 10.
gold. He can
How,
go down.
how,
yeah, he'll
how
be
do we-
fine. He can buy new friends.
how do we know that we can trust you though?
Because I don't want to die. Let me go. I don't want to die.
I'm gonna just again like the sword blade's gonna just touch the side of his face again. It's gonna say, "Tyr's justice will be swift if you are lying to us."
And then I'll cast thaumaturgy and make myself look really creepy and start just speaking in tongues.
You got to roleplay that now. That scares the goblin.
That scared me.
Yeah, I'm scary. Oh, puppy.
What?
He's crying.
Oh.
Sweet.
Oh.
BB.
I was looking at
No,
Meek's
bring it back.
camera for the
back.
puppy.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
My dogs I had to throw outside because they were being annoying.
BB.
Let me go. Listen. I don't want any trouble.
And now all goblins in this world look like
Look
dogs.
like puppies.
Yeah, look like puppies.
Yeah.
All right.
Look like that puppy in particular.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the goblin and I'm going to yank a hair from his head. And I'm going to hold it. And I'm going to hold this up to him and tell him that I am a powerful wizard. I can find him wherever he goes. I can watch him from the shadows, completely invisible. He can't see me. I can understand everything that he says, every place he goes. I can follow him. I can make life worse than death. And this hair is more than what I need to do that. And I'm going to take...
Do a intimidation with advantage.
As he says that, my hand is on his back and I cast guidance.
What does that grant? Like a bonus?
It's a
A
1d4.
D4.
Yeah.
Okay,
ask
so you
if
get
I could-
advantage and a 1d4.
I was gonna ask if I
Okay.
could assist with just the sword blade on the side of his face. Just
Oh, he's scared, so that's why he's
Yeah.
get the advantage.
okay. Just give him a little shaving cut while he's saying that.
I'm not the most intimidating. It's a 7.
With advantage and a
But
+4?
He seemed
With
So you
with
guys
advantage?
smell-
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't roll it with advantage. Sorry, I just rolled
Yeah,
one.
advantage and a
Okay.
+4. I was
+4
like,
and
dang,
advantage.
you unlucky.
Yeah, you get advantage and a D4.
It's still Do I get
7.
advantage on the D4?
No, just the D4.
No,
You won't need it. You as soon as you're doing
It's-
this, you guys
still
smell
7.
he peed himself.
it's still 7.
It's still 7.
Oh
I rolled
my
a 3,
God.
so you're good. He
Okay.
pees himself instantly. So this hut starts to stink. Meanwhile, the goblins outside are like, they got their scimitars out and they're hitting the hut. Like, on the side. And you actually see, it was 6 before. Now you see 9 outside of the hut.
This is a predicament.
No, it's not.
We dig.
No.
Meek starts to dig.
3 minutes into this, the goblins outside realize they can't get into the hut and they start falling back into the woods.
Can we drop the hut?
We can just walk outside of it.
Okay, let's do that.
We can literally just
Let's
step
walk him
through,
out.
attack, and then come back in.
Walk him out and see if they are going to be agreeable.
Well, first let's ask him. Will the money that you've been paid be enough to keep your brethren quiet?
Yes, just give me my armor and weapons back and I will be on my way and I will take them with me. I promise.
And all right.
Insight check.
Insight
Go for it.
check.
Go for it.
Natural 20.
That a bitch.
What
go.
happens if we both roll crit 20 or nat 20s?
It go by wisdom.
You
It would go
believe
by
him.
his.
You
It
believe
goes
him.
by his wisdom. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you believe him. I have a -1 to wisdom, but you
I got a
believe him.
+1, so yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
You can tell everything he is saying right now. Like there is so much desperation in his voice. There's no
right.
reason to not believe him.
Sure. Tell him that what we want him to do is essentially let's describe really quickly who we're looking for, and tell him if he spots those people, he's to let us know, and then let us know the movements of the camp so that we can move around it without encountering them, and say we just want to peacefully find our family members and leave. So if he can help us do that, then his debt is well paid.
I don't know where we're going. I just know we're camped and I'm supposed to patrol. That's all we were supposed to do, and we were supposed to keep people from closing in on the camp.
Right, but when you find out, when they send you out to patrol and you know where you're going for the next day, or you know anything, then let us know. Also, if you find these people on your patrol,
How will I
Don't
let you
take
know?
them. That is a good question. I've got ways to let him know. How does he let me know?
Do you have sending? I don't
I have
have it.
I have message. I don't have sending.
Yeah, I have just a message. I need to get sending.
I can do.
Well, if we level up, when we level up, I could get sending,
Yeah.
which I probably will, because that'll be funny.
We have a, yeah, I was.
I
gonna
can.
say, we have a bigger problem than the scouting because we're not going to be able to go into this camp tonight.
We need to find family members.
I know, but we're not going to be able to go in tonight. We burned too many spells. I'm at half health.
Mm.
Like,
How long is the hut stay up for?
8 hours.
8 hours. So we've already. It would already be coming down when we're waking up.
And it's nighttime.
Yeah.
So should we take our long rest now?
If we're gonna
With the
do it,
protection of the hut?
we
Yeah.
better do it now because we're right in the army's marching path.
Mhm.
So they're-
And I can.
they're gonna
Yeah,
run.
I mean, we can move someplace
You're not
else.
in
It's a
their path.
ritual.
They're going the
Oh,
other
we're not.
direction.
It's a ritual, so I can recast it. I'll just tell.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell him that we're going to stay. We're going to stay here, so he can come back here, and find us here.
Okay, so you push him through,
Yep.
and he's supposed to tell you when he sees your family or something.
Just essentially come back here if he finds our family and try to guide them over to here, bringing them back to the orcs.
Your microphone cut out right there.
Yeah, it did. It's done it
Oh,
a couple times
sorry.
tonight.
Yeah, sorry. When we find them, or if he finds the family, to bring them here rather than to the orcs.
Okay.
So whether we're here or not, just to bring them to this location.
He says,
he finds them.
What if one of the other scout parties has already captured them?
then let
I
us.
can't free them from the cages.
If you find that out, let us know, and then we'll free them.
Okay, will do. What do they look like?
Go ahead and describe them to them.
Oh, that's a first level spell. We're about to rest, so I'm gonna cast Disguise Self and look like Eva's mom.
Okay.
And
Whoa,
then,
what was that?
Does it look like this? It was.
You're a witch!
Yeah, so be scared of me. And,
Where'd your horns go?
La, 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 la. I speak in Infernal.
I wouldn't ask too many
And
questions.
then it's your brother. You have a younger brother, right? Was that
I do
what it
have
was?
a little brother. Yes.
I will use my last first level spell to then disguise self into Eva's little brother to also show how they both look.
Okay. Yeah, there's 3 siblings, right, Eva?
Yeah. There's the little brother.
And they're all half elves.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the little brother and 2. I mean, all of her siblings are younger than her, but the little brother is the youngest.
Right. Okay. Okay, I can handle that.
Okay. And
So you push them through the side of the hut?
yeah,
Is it this goblin and his friends are still here, or did they leave?
They are not out there now. They have
Okay.
went
never
back
mind.
out of sight.
I may have been planning on giving goblins a motivational speech, but I will not do that.
Oh, dang, that would have been
yeah.
good.
Let's just send him on his way. And
When you push him out, you see the 9 goblins and another goblin boss like swarm around him real quick, and like kind of bring him back. But then he like stops and raises his arms and like starts yelling. You guys can hear outside, right? You can see he's scolding all of them, telling them, "Fear my power!" And he's saying this in common so that you guys can hear it. And they all are kind of like, what? Because they were trying to hit the hut. And they saw him kind of come through it. He's like, I have newfound powers! And they kind of walk away as he's like preaching this on to him.
And I'll, if he says that, I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy to make him seem like he like change his appearance a little bit to make him a little bit scary and have his voice boom a little bit louder.
Nice. Yeah, even the other goblin boss kind of like cowers once that happens.
nice.
And they disappear. All right. So you guys do your long rest.
Before we do the long rest, I'll recast the Leomund's tiny hut spell. So
okay.
I'll spend the little bit of time to do that.
Sure. A few hours pass. He comes back with 2 regular goblins by his sides. He keeps them outside of the hut, and he like starts banging on the hut. Now I don't know if you can hear anything when he's doing that, but he's like,
usually,
Mr. Wizard Man and Creepy Witch Girl, let me in.
All right. I designate him as one of the people that can come into the hut, and
he walks right in. He tells
the others still can't.
Yeah, he says, yes, there's dwarves in cages and humans and some magical human girl in the cages. I couldn't look at all of them, but there's people in cages over there.
Okay.
Magical human girl?
Yeah, they wouldn't let her have her staff.
Oh.
Can I think of anybody from town who would fit that description?
Not anybody they would have sent out as like a vulnerable, like women and children kind of.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like more of like anyone who would be magical would have been kept back there to kind of protect.
Right.
In some way, shape, or form.
That doesn't sound like one of ours.
And even the dwarves, like the dwarves he described, there's a group of them. He's like, yeah, there's a group of dwarves. They're putting them through the fighting pits.
Oh dear.
Yeah, lots of drinking and celebration going on.
I mean, we're only like a few hours into our rest, right?
Yeah, you're about 4 hours in, probably.
What are they celebrating?
The fights. That's it. They're beating each other up. They got prisoners.
Ah.
Lots of drinking. It's great. They're gonna wonder where I'm at. My boss is going to wonder.
All right, you get going.
The Orog is gonna get me.
The Orog.
The Orog.
He's big. Bigger than you.
Uh,
Points to Renmer. Much bigger.
Oh dear.
I
Not
really wish I had some poison. But I don't.
We should get down there.
Can I go? Am I
Well,
free of my obligations
yeah.
yet? If I see your friends, I'll tell
If-
you, but I didn't see them.
Yeah, just if you see our friends, let us know, and just don't let anyone else know that we're here.
I won't. I will die if I let you guys go. They'll kill me.
Yes.
The Orog will take it out on me.
Yes, you will. Okay. Go and rest well.
He steps out and starts yelling at the two goblins again. He's like, I told you, only I can pass. Now go.
All right. Do we want to finish our rest or do we want to go?
We want to finish our rest because I already clicked the button.
All right. So you finish your rest.
So we finish our rest.
Nothing bad seems to happen. The sun has come up a little bit. It's probably about 7 in the morning, so it's bright now. Now, Garrick, you can tell by looking at the ground that all of those divots are goblin footprints.
Okay.
Some orc, but it's mostly goblin footprints all over the place.
Okay.
And the ground has hardened. It's no longer mud.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
dried out.
Yeah, let's
Bark, bark.
I guess
Are
let's
you
go
guys on
ahead
the
and-
road, by the way?
I thought we were. We're right
Yeah,
in the marching path.
you said that we were off the road because we said that was a good place to stop, and you said no. You guys are off the road, so
Okay. So you can see what looks like, and all of you can see this. You see like this little tent, but it has like a sign on it. It would probably say something to the likeness of Jerry's Magical Wonders.
I go right for the tent.
So as you, I'm assuming everybody else follows.
Yeah.
As you approach a goblin with a huge hat that's like the size of his body
Oh my god.
steps out of the tent, and he's got like a little Aladdin vest and big puffy pants, and he crosses his arms and says, "How can I help you?"
So, what sort of wonderful treasures do you have here?
I'm so glad you asked. I am Jerry of Magical Wonders, and I have such good items that I am willing to give you guys anything once for free. In exchange, I ask for one thing, and that is for you to go out and tell everybody about Jerry's Magical Wonders.
Is this a sponsorship deal?
Basically, I want to sponsor you guys. Yes.
Okay.
So you may all go in one by one. Who is first? There's
Do-
hundreds
can-
of items in there.
Can we identify these items? Or
Nope.
is that not allowed?
Nope. In fact,
Oh.
there you can tell, especially your magical people, you can tell right away that you are inside of a anti-magic field.
Oh, fuck off.
Yep. There's no magic that works within 20 feet of this.
Damn it.
Oh.
Oh well, my foot locks up.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Renmer falls over as his
I'm
foot
sorry.
stops moving. And it's just stuck.
So I feel
in the position it
I
was
feel
in.
like he's feel like he got stopped at the door, so like his foot kind of like caught at the door, and so he fell face first, but his foot is still sticking out.
It's just now when I walk, it's just clung, clung, clung.
Can we hear that?
Oh yeah.
Is everything all right in there?
I mean,
Renmer, I'll say you're the first one in the tent. Even
Yeah.
I look over at Jerry and I say,
like Garrick was leading the way, wasn't he?
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Garrick is the first one in the tent. Then.
Okay.
when I see him, when I see his foot stiffen up and he all of a sudden, kind of starts hobbling in, I look over at Jerry and I say, good thing he's not a goblin, or they'd be calling him a hobbling goblin.
Jerry just laughs hysterically.
I'm in pain.
I'm hungry.
That's
Damn it.
so you're normal. You're normal. So all right. So
when
Jerry,
you guys walk into the tent, you actually can see what looks like a large, just full suit of armor, but you can't make out what's in it. But it's clearly moving, and you can hear it breathing.
I poke it.
like a golem.
Not necessarily. You can't tell. It's like full plate. Like the mat, like it's closed. You can't see inside of it. It's almost like he's got a personal guard. Might be a golem. Might be somebody in full armor. And he tells you, this armor is not one of the things you get.
What's special about the armor?
The armor he's wearing? Or the
armor that, the whatever the thing is.
You looking at it can tell it's really nice full plate armor. You can't identify it, so it's hard to tell if it's magical or not.
Right.
It looks like it's of elven make, though.
So we're supposed to promote, was it Jerry's Magical Emporium? Was that the name of it?
Magical Wonders.
Magical Wonders. Okay. And who are we supposed to promote these magical wonders to? Like
to
everybody
merchants.
we meet?
Merchants. Especially merchants. I need to get into the Merchants Guild. I'm trying to spread my franchise all over the lands.
Perfect. And I'm going to ask him if he's familiar with our merchant friend. What was his name?
I don't have my
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Pieter, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Never heard of the guy. I'm not in the guild yet, though, so I don't know a lot of people in it. I don't even know how to get in it, but I figure if enough people talk about me, I might be able to get into it, and then I can make lots of money and grow my brand.
Grow my brand.
Yeah. JMW.
Yeah.
JMW.
We have the best magical items in the world. You're going to find out. Just watch. What do you want? And he like holds up like a few different things. He picks up a sword made of like glass. And then he like picks up a helmet of glass that he's really excited about. And sets him down and says, what would you like? What would you like?
Eric,
One thing. Next thing will be a purchase.
As amusing as this goblin is, the people we're charged with protecting are currently dying.
Well, the magical wonders might help us to save them. So I vote that we take something and we thank Jerry and we move on.
Renmore will point without looking and be like, very well, I will take that.
So when you point, you see this ornately pronged helmet with a crystalline third eye. And he's like, oh, that's a great one. And he climbs up the shelves and grabs it and jumps down and places it on your head. Says, you're going to love it. I promise you. You don't notice anything different right now.
Thank you.
You know, even if it was magical, you wouldn't know right now.
Yeah, yet. Okay. I will look through for something that looks very pirate wizardy.
Okay. He says, oh, I got the perfect thing for you. You have that spell book. I see that. That's a nice book. Here, take this one. And he holds up a scroll case of Leviathan ivory. And he tells you, this is Leviathan ivory. A true Leviathan. This is made of their bones. And he hands it to you.
I drool and very much enjoy the magical trinket and tell Jerry that I will spread the legend of his magical wonders to all that I meet.
Psst, if you look carefully, you can see that Jerry's magical wonders is etched into the ivory. Isn't that great? And he makes sure you see it and holds it right up into your face.
Nice.
Renmore's clunking out of the tent.
What would you like, young lady? And he's pointing at Meek with the horns.
Breakfast.
Breakfast? There's no breakfast in here. We have
Oh,
these things over here. We've got some clothes. We've got weapons. What kind of weapons do you like? Or, if you like more odd things, we got this box. Oh, look, when I open it, there's eggs in it.
breakfast.
You don't want to eat those.
Why
I
not?
mean, you could, I guess, but what you want? Here, breakfast, yes. And he hands you this box, that, you
I
kinda
take
hold
it.
him like this. Yeah.
I'll lean over to Meek and I'll say, Meek, the eggs, if he says you don't want to eat those, and he's a goblin, and just think of the things that goblins will eat. Maybe you don't want to eat those. We can take a look and find out what they are later.
Wait, did you say it was a goblin or a gnome?
He's a goblin.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I could have sworn you said gnome a minute ago. My bad.
Oh,
Yep,
nope,
no.
goblin.
I thought somebody was being super racist.
And then he looks at you, Eva, and says, you look like you would want some armor. Or, well, you already have magical swords. What could you possibly want?
I like weapons, but
Do
I'm
you
not
want,
very. I'm not very strong, but I'm super fast.
Oh, I got something for you. And he turns around and moves some things out of the way. And you didn't even know the shelves are this deep, but he disappears into the shelf and all you see is his feet sticking out. And he's pulling himself out from between things and hands you a red, white, and blue boomerang.
Oh my god.
And he says, yes,
Okay.
this is my smart boomerang. You're going to love it. I promise you. You're fast. You can hit and run and do all sorts of cool stuff. Hee-yah! He's throwing kung fu punches and stuff. He's enjoy that. Now, guys, you must go. I got places to go. I got places to
I'm
be.
gonna take it from him before he knocks something over. Thank you very much for your time.
He starts shooing you guys out, and one by one, as you guys all leave the tent, you notice, Renmer, for example, your foot starts to move again, and if you guys turn around at all, the tent is gone.
Excuse me?
It disappeared.
Holy shit!
I'm going to stroke my scroll case.
Okay, so
That what
the
we're calling
scroll
it now?
case.
Mm-hmm.
The scroll case.
Oh,
Number 43. The bejeweled, decorated with skulls and devils.
Mhm.
It's damage proof.
Wait,
It
what
is
is this?
carved of
Ooh.
Leviathan ivory.
Nice.
Ooh.
There is a crumbling scroll inside.
Mm. Okay.
Now, looking at the scroll, there are enough fragments, but it is an unknown spell of that you can't tell. You just can't read what it is necessarily. There's not enough for you to say this is what it is.
Ooh. Nice.
But you might be able to find someone who can help you out with that.
Okay. Sounds good.
I will warn you, there will be 3 attempts to try and figure it out. And
Mhm.
if it doesn't get figured out, it is unrestorable. So you might not be able to find out what the spell is.
All right.
Next, I will do Renmer. Renmer, your helmet. Ornately pronged helmet with huge crystalline third eye. You notice as you're wearing it, and now that you're not in there anymore, as you grow attuned to it, you feel like maybe you could get the drop on somebody. You get a +1 to your initiative while wearing this helmet.
Nice.
Nice.
The boomerang.
I can't modify initiative.
Yeah.
No, don't. You're just gonna have to remember while you're
Yeah.
wearing it.
That's interesting. That's like
until
the
I
one
give
thing,
it to you in the D&D Beyond.
Yeah, it's like the one thing you can't modify in D&D Beyond.
Mm-hmm. Boomerang, red, white, and blue. Smart boomerang. It can hit up to 3 enemies on a throw, and it will return to you while you're attuned to it. If you're not attuned, it will not return.
Guys, I'm fucking lit. I love
and
this.
it won't hit 3. It is Dex plus proficiency to hit. There's no damage bonus.
Okay.
But it does 1d4 magic damage to anything it hits. So you would make 3 d20 rolls with your Dex and proficiency added on.
And what's the damage?
1d4 for each hit.
Okay.
And Meek.
I'm gonna write that down later.
I listen to my egg.
So you notice the egg is very warm.
Mm-hmm.
There is subtle movement inside.
Eva! I'm pregnant!
I'm sorry? What?
Look at my egg!
It's a single giant egg in a huge crate. So in other words, like it's a big crate.
Okay.
You might not even be able to carry it around. You might have to have somebody help you carry it around.
Oh, great.
It's packed for
Yes, the
shipping with
perfect
luxurious fur-covered pillows. The pillows are extremely nice, by the way. Might be worth something down the line.
Can I, if Eva reaches over, will you allow her to pick up the egg?
Yes, but be careful, it's my child.
I'm gonna pick it. How do you know it's? I mean, well, obviously it's an egg, and I'm gonna like be holding it. Can I tell that there's something moving in it?
Oh yeah, they're like it's very subtle. It's very weak. The movement inside of it isn't like continual, but it's very weak.
Oh. Well, going to want to take very good care of that while we're traveling, right?
Yes.
Do you need help with that?
So I can't lift the crate?
You could, but to carry it around for your 8 hours of travel would probably be pretty difficult.
Ensor's floating disc.
Yeah, that thing.
Well,
How much weight does that hold? 10 pounds?
A lot.
Oh,
No,
okay, yeah.
like-
Yeah.
Tensors
Oh, I'm
holds
thinking
a
of
lot.
Mage Hand.
Holds a
I'm thinking
lot.
Yeah, mage hand's 5 pounds, but
You're good.
Tensors holds a lot. But it'll only last for an hour. So
You just have to keep.
but how large is the egg?
The egg itself is probably the size of like a college football. So it's like, the size of my head. A little bigger.
Can I makeshift, like, with the pillows and nestle it into my backpack so that I can carry it on my back and abandon the crate?
I'm fine with that. I would say there'd be a chance of it breaking if you get knocked over.
do any of us have like a bag of holding?
Not that I know of yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Nothing's hatched from the egg, Shroot. They don't know what it is yet.
Is there any chance that any of us would be able to know what the egg is? Like, could we roll for it?
Give me a nature check.
Oh, I'm good at these.
And the DC is probably very high. But go ahead.
Natural 1 or natural 20?
Nat 20.
Hey!
What's your bonus, though?
It's a bonus.
Can I cast guidance? No, it's too late.
Oh my god. The bonus is +4.
You are too hard or too low.
Can I cast guidance?
No.
Too late. Unless she wants to redo the
It
roll.
is too
Oh,
late.
man.
Yeah. I almost wish that you had done it before I gave him the
Yeah.
bonus. I'm so upset. I'm very
My
upset.
original DC was 28. I just looked and I came up with 25. But
Oh, okay. Shit!
yeah, one shy.
Ugh!
You know, I want to say I'm in the back a lot and I don't get hit very often. So, and it's probably better than having to use the disc. So my thought is to risk it and just do the best that I can. I will work with Eva. What equipment do I even have?
Oh, I have an idea.
Because I was going to just take all the little equipment that I have, shove it in your bag, and then all that is in my backpack is just fluffy pillows and this egg.
So I actually carry a spare set of clothes. So like there's my travel clothes that I'm wearing right now in my armor, but I also have a set of like noble's clothes. And so I figured I might be able to, you know, kind of rig something out of that to carry.
Can you make me? I have the greatest idea, and
no.
you please help me do this. You know, like how when you have a baby, you have like the thing that goes around you in the front.
Yes. I will.
With your
You can do that.
clothes, I want to make that so that
Done.
Meek
Yup.
is just holding
Done.
this egg. And I
Done.
also, does anyone have ink? I want to draw a face on the egg.
I have ink.
I will use some of your ink if you allow it, and I'm going to draw just a little happy face on the egg so that it's facing like outward, so that if someone looks at me, they see this egg with a face on it that I'm carrying around.
Done.
All right.
Absolutely.
No problem. Done deal.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right. So you're now pregnant. Garrick has his sweet new scroll case. Eva has her boomerang on her side that you notice is no longer red, white, and blue. His now turned into more of a normal color now that it's not in this tent and the magic has been restored to it. And Renmer, you have this helmet with the third eye that gives you a bonus to initiative. And you just feel more aware of things going on around you.
Nice.
All right. So with that, it is daytime. You start moving towards the encampment again?
Yeah, let's I mean, do we want to at least have some of us go invisible? Or have Kraken go invisible and scout?
It is daylight now. So there is... Kraken will be visible, just so you know. You would know that.
Yeah.
What if you disguise Kraken to look like a normal ass bird?
I mean, I could resummon Kraken to be like an owl or something. The only problem is I can only resummon Kraken once. I've only got the material components for one cast of it. So that means if something happens to Kraken, I can't get him back until I get to town again.
Okay. I just mean, like, if you were to, like, I don't know.
How many hit points does Kraken have?
1.
Okay.
He's a minion.
Yeah, he's a familiar. They're generally not combative, so.
Sure.
So my thought is, if I'm going to send Kraken a scout, I'd rather have Kraken be invisible. Yeah. That's not a problem. But if we're taking some time, I could make Kraken and one other person invisible at the same time.
I can make 2 people invisible. Or me and one other person.
I'm going to do a quick break, guys. You guys can talk strategy, though. I'm just going to use the bathroom and get some water.
Okay.
All right, so let me mute the microphones. back to live. And you can now tell me about your plan. What is the plan?
We don't have one.
Okay.
The bird is
So-
our plan. The bird is
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself and Kraken,
Okay.
and then we're going to sneak up closer to the camp with me being on the outskirts of the camp, and Kraken basically flying in and scouting.
So
And
remember, they're in the swamps where they're not surrounded by trees anymore.
okay,
Camp.
would they be surrounded by like swamp water or anything?
Kinda. Yeah, it's like pretty open. Remember when you guys had originally hit the Druid Lich thing? All plant
Uh-huh.
life was dead.
All right.
It's something different about the swamps than like a normal swampy area.
Okay. So there's like no, what you're saying is there's basically no cover if I'm going in there invisible.
Like you were invisible, but yeah, there's nothing like to hide behind, like no trees or anything like that.
Well, you don't need that, but I wouldn't be able to sneak around if I'm trudging through the mud. Essentially, you'd see muddy footprints walking around.
It would be difficult, yes.
All
Just
right,
a heads
well,
up.
then
You would. I feel like you would know that. Yes.
yeah,
would be very
then
difficult.
then that really wouldn't work. So
I mean, you could roll really good.
I mean, you're invisible either way.
I mean, I can,
Yeah.
like I said,
It would probably make it a straight roll, maybe. I don't know.
I
I
mean,
mean,
as long
yeah.
as you're not like moving while they're next to you, they're not going to see the, like, you know what I mean? They're probably not smart enough, I would assume, to be like, oh, look, these feet, like, you know what I mean? Because there's also a ton of other
Yeah.
footprints, like, you know.
And
I
it's
mean,
heavy traffic.
Yeah.
I'm okay at stealth, but I'm not like amazing. So,
Mhm.
Same.
I mean,
Oh, we found
we
the
could-
party's weakness. No
I'm stealthy.
stealth.
I just am
Well,
a
I
mother
mean-
now.
I'm just kidding.
yeah, I mean, I've got a +6. It's not awful, but
Oh,
still, it's not.
Not awful. +6. Pfft, that's good.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, it's not like my investigation or arcana. I'm a mage after all. So,
Right.
yeah. So let's see. I mean, the other option is I can just resummon Kraken as, something small, or even resummon him as something small, like of Toad, and then make him invisible. I mean, that's if we wanted to scout it out, really. I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, if I guess what's the intent? Is the intent just to go scout it out, or is the intent to go attack it? Because
The intent had been to scout to see if the family's actually there.
Hmm.
Because we had not gotten firm information on if the family was there.
I'll ask Kraken roughly how many orcs he saw there when he was there at night. I mean, was it dozens? Was it hundreds?
He lost count, but yeah, it was well over 100.
Yeah, so we're not just gonna go.
Goblins and
Well-
orcs.
We're not just gonna go waltzing in there and blow them up.
And he said
No,
it looked
I'd
like
like
some
to.
cages might be inside of tents as well.
Oh boy.
All right. So yeah. I will say. Oh, geez. What do we do here?
I voted as the original plan, but that's up
Yeah, I
to
mean,
you.
invisibility still will work.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can do that, and I could just be very cautious not to move when there's anyone around. So I guess we'll do mage armor and invisibility then,
Okay.
and the invisibility on myself and Kraken.
Okay.
And I can communicate telepathically with Kraken, so I can communicate without having to say anything verbally.
Okay. So you guys start traveling. You're invisible right off the bat, or you're gonna wait till you get like to the edge of the tree line at least? How long's invisibility last?
It's a 1 hour concentration.
So yeah, you would definitely want to wait.
Okay.
Because the camp's probably like 2 hours away on foot. So you get to the edge of the tree line. And I mean, there's still foliage. You're good. There's bushes. Like, it's almost like literally goes from dense forest to nothing. Like, just all of a sudden. And as you get there, like Renmer and Eva and all of you guys, you kind of hunker down and nothing could see you from the swamps from here. Now, you've been able to see smoke for a while from where the camp is, so you know that the camp is roughly 300 or less than a mile now away from you. So you can kind of see in the distance where the camp is, and where the smoke is kind of coming from the center of the camp.
Okay.
And that's from the tree line.
All right. So, I guess I will try to find the driest path over to the camp and just make my way slowly over there.
Okay.
I'll let Kraken go ahead. Basically just, kind of go ahead, scout around, and then come back, letting me know roughly what he sees and
He's
make sure
invisible,
Kraken
you
knows
said, right?
Yeah. So I cast at 3rd level, so I could do it on 2. So myself and Kraken.
Okay. Let me just pull something up really quick.
And so the idea is I don't want him to fly like into the camp. I want him to fly over the camp and just look, and I want him to tell me so essentially the most what seems to be the most dangerous things, if there's anything very dangerous that he sees there or looks to be dangerous, and then also look for anyone that we might have known from the town.
Okay. So, and are you staying in the tree line then? Or are you still going up as well? Because you might be able to see through his eyes if you get close enough.
Yeah, I'll make my way up. So I'm going to try to stay, outside of the camp a little bit, but hopefully enough where I can maybe look through Kraken's eyes.
Okay. So when he starts flying up, you can see through his eyes. There is actually a really large tent. It's probably a 30-foot tent. And you can see out the back of it a long, what looks to be black tail sticking out and kind of curling around the side of the tent. This would have been the big thing he was talking about before.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
And near that is a row of cages, and it's in between a bunch of tents that are facing the cages. In the cages, you see what looks to be 10 dwarves being held separately.
Mm-hmm.
They look badly wounded. And near this, another row over, you can see what looks to be where the fighting pits were.
Right.
As described by the goblin that you guys held captive the previous night.
Do I see the lady and the staff that were talked about?
You do not right now.
Okay.
You do see a couple bodies to the side of the pits. They're dead bodies. They're in like crude, tattered armor. They've got like quarter staffs and some really crappy like orcish made swords next to them that they were clearly using in the fights. You see what looks to be a human in some wizard robes, actually, but no book, no spell book. You see the Dragonborn that was being referred to by Kraken. It does look like it's from your town.
Okay.
But there's only one, and you can tell because he still has the helmet that would be associated with the town guard. And then you see a couple dwarves that are also laid out. You see a pile of what appears to be all the prisoners' armor and weapons that's not anywhere near the pit. On some of the armor, you can see it's clearly dwarven make. There's like an anvil on like the shoulder part of the plate mail.
Mhm.
Give me just a straight intelligence check, if you could.
Nat 20, 28.
So you would remember this symbol
Mhm,
from in the Druid Lich Lair. It
mhm.
was etched into the base of that statue. It's the exact same symbol.
Mm.
Nice. Okay, so it might be the dwarves who are from the original Druid Lich Lair. Okay. The big thing in the tent. Uh, does it appear to be like a big black dragon? You said I saw a big tail coming
Sort
out.
of.
Is
It's
it?
more like a grayish shadow.
Oh, great. Okay. Uh, but does it's a grayish shadow, but it looks like that thing that we saw flying in the sky previously?
Yeah, you think that could be it.
Okay. Yeah, let's pull back and let the others know what I've found, because that does not seem like something that I want to.
Do me a favor. Have
Yeah.
Kraken make a stealth check with advantage.
Sure.
If you get a nat 20, he will succeed.
You didn't.
Oh,
That
I
one?
haven't rolled it yet. Hold on.
Oh.
So I was just looking to see if Kraken has stealth, but Kraken does not. So it's just a dex check.
By the way, so you do also see lots of jars for like clay jars. There were clearly alcohol tipped over, kegs. Like you see orcs passed out in the mud or in the dirt now. It's still muddy, but not as bad. Uh, you see a couple goblins that are patrolling around the cages and stuff.
Okay.
But
Let's
yeah,
do this. Kraken has a +2 to dex, got a 9, so it's 11.
yeah,
And
yeah.
a 4, which is 6.
So we're gonna say Kraken was on the other side of the camp in the air when he kind of got. He's still really far from that one tent, but you see that dragon come out, and I mean he's massive, and he just kind of like looks right in the area, and you can see through Kraken's eyes, and you lock eyes, even though you're invisible, and this thing just
All right.
swoops up and snatches Kraken in his mouth, one swallow whole.
Oh.
As he's doing that, I want to recall Kraken to the pocket dimension. That is, so basically he bites onto it and it disappears. And
Okay.
I am going to run like hell back to where my friends are at.
Uh,
Are you sure you want to do that?
I mean, if it could see Kraken, Kraken was invisible, then it would be able to see me, right?
Maybe.
Okay, I don't know.
Maybe you should stealth back.
Yeah. Let's just do this. Let's slowly, let's just stand still and watch and see what happens,
So
I guess.
where were you exactly? Are you in the open field?
I'm thinking
Or
that
open
I'm going to
swamp?
be in an area. I was looking for like the highest, driest ground, like something that wasn't going to be ultra muddy, because I didn't want to be splashing around and I wanted to be able to be somewhat quiet. And I was going to be outside, 30, 50 feet outside, to the point where I could see through Kraken's vision while he's in there, but not be directly inside the encampment.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. I'll give you advantage. Um,
Yeah, well, sure, stealth with advantage. Well, all right. I am standing still though. 21.
I don't know what this would be. You said 21?
Yep.
Okay. So you see this dragon kind of turn, and it looks near you, but almost like it's looking beyond you into like the tree line, and all around. And as it does, it flies over top of you, and I mean it's
So when it flies over top of me, I have a question for you.
yep.
Would activating the command on my drift globe count as a like an attack? There's no damage. It's just a spell effect. And I'm not actually casting it, it's just a command word.
You would probably think it would, because you would probably think it would. I probably wouldn't do that if I were you. I'm just helping you out there as a DM. I wouldn't do that. So
Well, I was just thinking if it wouldn't
Yeah.
unmake me invisible, I'm thinking it would be like a glowing light source that could be like a distraction or something.
Sure. So it kind of flies over top of you, and all of you guys can kind of see it like going off to that direction and kind of swooping around. But it does not seem to notice any of you. And after it makes one clean swoop, it kind of lands back near its tent. And it's very attentive, just looking up in the sky for maybe another bird or something like that. And you can't hear it or anything, but you see orcs start coming out of their tents, and goblins start to do more patrols and come around. And they're all just very attentive right now.
When I get to that point where I feel like I've got a good point to move, I want to start making my way back.
Okay. Do me a favor. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
10?
So you feel frightened, like uncontrollably frightened. Just so you know. Not that you weren't already.
Yeah, I mean... All right. So I definitely am not moving in that direction. The moving away from the direction sounds good to me. But I want to try to toughen up and not do it if there's someone that's going to notice me nearby. You know, just essentially move. And if someone starts paying attention, stop. You know, kind of playing stoplight.
Okay.
Red light, green light.
If you have any idea the direction the dragon's in, you can't move that way. It won't be possible.
Right.
Yep. So
I
you
wanted
can
to
kind of
move.
shuffle around, though.
Yeah. So I just want to shuffle back towards my companions.
Yep. You're able to do so, shaking every step of the way, trying really hard not to press the mud too far down as you walk across it. You are able to get back to your friends.
Okay.
Your friends probably would have saw the dragon go up and swipe at something. And the frantic behavior of the dragon as it quickly did a patrol.
Yep. So when I get back, I tell my friends, well, it was nice knowing all those people there, but I think that this is beyond our capabilities.
I agree. I don't think there's anything we can do for the people in that camp.
Yeah. Dragon would be bad enough, but a dragon made of shadows is beyond anything that I can deal with.
We should pull back and maybe swing around the camp and give it a wide berth and see if we can find Eva's family somewhere else. You did not see them in the camp, correct?
No, I didn't see them specifically. I didn't see... there was talk of a woman with a staff I didn't see that. I saw dwarves, and the dwarves were the same. They had the same insignias on the dwarven armor of the halls where we encountered the druid lich. Same one that your hammer came from.
I'm going to turn to Eva and just say, there's still hope. They could still be out there.
Eva probably looks like she's fighting back tears.
I'm going to check on Kraken. I want to bring him back up and see if he actually survived that.
I give Eva an awkward hug because there's an egg in between us as I try to hug you. So it's kind of like me leaning forward and just like grabbing at your waist.
Yeah, you're not that short. For some reason, I always think you're playing like a gnome or a halfling or something like that. And so whenever you talk about actually like hugging me,
Mika's
just
pretty
like,
short, even for a tiefling. I think I
Yeah.
made her pretty short. What did I say? I think like,
she's like 4 foot something, right?
yeah, she's 4 foot something.
Okay. But I like it for whatever reason, it keeps like surprising me in my head. I'm just like, she shouldn't reach that far. Oh wait, yeah, she can. I'll just I'll just like pat her on the head.
As you're patting her on the head, you hear a familiar voice. Hey, guys, it's me. Psst. I don't think your friends are in there.
Oh, isn't it that little goblin shit from earlier?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's the? I asked the goblin, friend, what's your name?
Oh, my name's Squeak.
Of course it is.
That's the name of my mouse.
Squeak?
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I think that is the name of my mouse.
What's your name?
Meek.
Meek? Squeak and Squeak? I love it. We just became best friends. What's on your stomach? What is that?
This is my child.
What's his name?
Meek.
So Squeak, Squeak, Meek, Meek?
Yes.
Great names. So guys, what are you doing? You woke up Meregden.
Woke up who?
Yeah.
The spawn of death. Why do you think I'm out here? We're patrolling. I saw him in the sky.
That was Ragdon, do you say?
Meregden.
How do you spell that?
Meregdon.
Okay.
You would remember that this was the dragon you had heard about before. That was the rival of King Elrim, Lord of the Skies. The gold dragon that had died.
Okay. All right. So yeah, definitely not something to mess with. Yeah. That's awesome. So I guess let's wish Squeak luck and tell him that we are going to continue looking for our lost family members. And we wanted to make sure that they weren't in there, but since I didn't see them, we'll.
Yeah, I don't think they're
continue to
there.
move on.
Nobody who looked like you, and points at Meek, did anything. I didn't see anybody like that.
Hey, Squeak, do you know where the dwarves came from?
Oh, those guys, they're looking for some mole or something called Bone Crusher.
Ah,
Yeah, all the orcs and everything were taunting them last night, talking about how they were going to kill them with Bone Crusher once they find it.
awesome.
Apparently that's what we're looking for around here. I don't know why.
As Renmer slowly hides the mall behind his.
I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's called.
All right. So, uh,
I guess it belonged
And-
to some dwarf like 50 years ago, and it's like this great powerful thing. I don't know.
yes. You know, was there a woman in there, like one that had a staff?
I mean, she had a staff until they took it away from her.
Do you know where she was from?
I don't know where anybody's from in there. I don't get to really
Or-
talk to them.
Or do you know anything else about her besides that she had a staff?
No, I'm just a scout. I didn't bring any of them in, so I don't know.
Okay. The woman with the staff, is she a prisoner or is she a guest of Merrick Dunn?
Oh, that's a great question. I believe she's a prisoner.
Okay.
She's being held in chains in one of the tents.
Held in chains in one of the tents. Okay. Hey,
But you can see the dwarves in the cages over there. They're near those tents.
hey, Squeak.
Yes. Or are you
If,
talking to the mouse?
No, I was talking to you.
Okay.
If I wanted to, what happens to the goblins when they're wounded? If one comes back wounded, what do they do to them?
They go to the fighting pits,
Oh,
typically. Or if they bring back good information, then sometimes they get healed up.
oh, okay.
There's
Interesting.
a guy who talks about Grumsh all the time in there. I don't know.
He talks about what? I'm sorry?
Grumish? Something like that. I don't know, some orc thing.
Wow.
Would that name ring any alarm bells or?
Yeah, you guys would know there's like a religion that orcs look up to. Grumsh, a one-eyed orc.
Okay.
I'm gonna elbow Redmore and be like, does that sound familiar?
Yes, some of the less honorable of my kin follow the teachings of Grumsh. I recommend we get away from here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If they catch me talking to you, you guys are in trouble.
Yeah. Well, good.
Because you spared me, I will tell them you went the other way, though.
Best not
Yeah.
you mention us at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's make our way, and I'll thank Squeak, and we'll make our way
Yeah, we're
out of there. Oh,
What
like,
do we do?
I've got like a master plan, but I'm just like lacking a couple pieces. So
Yeah.
So you guys heading out,
Yeah,
away from here?
yeah, I don't think there's
Okay.
anything else we can do here. I mean, any screw up, and then we're calling the wrath of essentially a shadow dragon god on us. So that
If you
that
only
sounds
knew.
like that sounds like a little bit too high stakes for me. So yeah,
Good call.
let's give this place a wide berth and try making our way down the road, the way that the family would have been moving up.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you're able to like flank around and start moving the other direction. So in your travels, we'll say like a good, 6-7 hours pass, right? And you go beyond on the road, and as you're going that direction, you see what looks to be a group of travelers heading towards you. They aren't orc, they aren't goblin, and they're down the road still, on foot. There's 6 of them. They all appear to be of a martial variety. wearing armor, spears, swords, things like that, shields. But they don't look threatening. In fact, their weapons aren't drawn or anything like that. When they get a little closer, that as they see tiefling and a half orc and you, who I'm assuming is wearing dark clothes, they do keep their hands near their weapons. Obviously, they see Eva as well, who is not orcish. They see you, who's a human. But they are a little guarded, but they don't seem threatening. What would you like to do?
How
I'll
far away
greet.
are they?
They're a couple 100 feet up the road.
Okay.
I'll put my hand up and greet them.
So the guy in the front, they all seem to be human. The guy in the front is like, "Oh, hail! Where are you coming from?"
We are looking for family and avoiding death. How about you?
Same thing, minus the family.
Well, if you're avoiding death, I wouldn't go that way.
Really? What could be up that way?
The spawn of death.
Yeah. So
The spawn of death. Like, they get all serious.
That's what we've been told.
The shadow dragon?
indeed.
He hasn't been seen in these parts in forever. What is he doing?
My assumption would be trying to take opportunity of the make opportunity of the king's death.
That makes a lot of sense. All right. You said you're looking for family. Who are you looking for? Where are you guys from?
Eva would give the name of the town that escapes her memory right now.
Riverbend?
Yeah. Riverbend.
Oh! So that's where all those people were from.
What people?
Oh, the people going to the Harvest Moon Meadows.
Okay, where's that?
It's the halfling city to the far east.
Eva looks ecstatic.
Then I guess describe Eva's mother and ask if they spotted her or someone that looked like her.
So I mean, that sounds like a lot of the people that were in that group, or at least some of them. But I mean, it was mostly women and children, a couple guards from Riverbend. They were pretty
Okay.
tight-lipped.
That's promising.
But you did say that there was one guard in the out of character. You did say there was one guard in that encampment that looked like a dragonborn
Mhm.
from Riverbend, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
It sounds like our path is east.
Yeah. Let's we thank you for the information, travelers, and beware
Beware the
it's
dragon.
beware the spawn of death and realize that it does not travel alone.
We will definitely be sure to stick north of the roads. Stay away from the swamps, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys going to the Lake of Heroes? I mean, or are you going to go all the way to the Honeymoon Meadows? I mean, what is it you're going towards?
Well, you said, okay, so wait.
You said
so
the
then
group of people was heading towards Honeymoon Meadows. You would know. So in the hex map that I gave you guys a while ago, that dragon was in the first swamp hex at the top near the road. Honeymoon Meadows is like 20 hexes north, or 20 hexes east, and like 4 hexes up.
I suppose I'll ask what is special about that place. I'm not familiar with it.
Oh,
Being that
Honeymoon Meadows?
I'm not from these parts.
So you guys, so what you would know is it's a halfling settlement. It's kind of in the corner of the continent, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the most northern parts. It's very peaceful. It's not necessarily a place that is strategic for war or anything like that. So it's thought to be pretty safe. And Eva would know this stuff.
So it's the Shire.
What's that?
It's
It's like the Shire kind of. I mean, there's
Okay.
some ruins and stuff nearby, and there's some woods that are not very densely populated. But yeah, it's like the Shire. It's pretty safe. You would never suspect anything. And actually, it's close to a well-guarded port city called Deadshell.
Okay.
That is still like 8 hexes away.
Okay. And then
7. Yeah.
what about that lake? What was that lake? And
So
what
the
was
Lake
special
of
about
Heroes
that?
right now is about 3 hexes away from you. There's let me click on it. There's various things around there. A pretty peaceful lake. There's rumors of treasure in the surrounding areas and things like that.
Cool.
Treasure
I
hunters
say we
tend to look
I
around
I say we go to the lake on the way there.
there. Okay.
I'm always a fan of treasure along the way. These journeys can be expensive. We need to pay for spells when we get there. So,
Okay.
and I'm sorry, what the name of the town was? What Meadows?
Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
Harvest Moon. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Harvest Moon Meadows.
Yeah, you can't miss it. You'll see a tree that has a huge sign on it off the road. There is no road that goes to Harvest Moon, but you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll come across this tree with a huge sign that says Harvest Moon Meadows this way, and it points through the forest. And if you go straight that way, you will find the town.
Okay, insight. Does he sound like he's being
Roll an insight
straightforward?
check. Yeah, roll an insight check.
I don't know if anyone else wants to jump in on this.
I will cast guidance on you.
Beautiful.
It's not gonna help.
What are we rolling for?
You
Insight.
believe him. You guys believe him. He asks you though. He says, "So, I mean, it seems like I gave you very valuable information. Surely you can throw me a few gold."
I think
Renmore's gonna flip him 2 gold and be like, "If this is what you value."
Thank you very much. That's worthy enough of this information. I hope you find your friends and family.
As soon as he asked that, as soon as he tried to play the whole like, surely you can throw me a little something. You notice Eva immediately puts her hand on Meek's shoulder.
He tells you, my name, by the way, is Julian of Hearthold. And you know that's like far south.
Okay. Was it
Just give me information.
was it heart or hearth? Like heart, like beating in your chest?
Hearthold. Say, yeah,
Hearth.
Hearthold.
Yeah, hearthhold, like a fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I will thank.
It's
Julian.
the largest non-walled city in the region.
Okay. I will thank Julian, and I suppose we can keep moving on.
Okay. All right. So you guys start walking east down the road to roughly the point where he kind of told you where the Lake of Heroes would be. And you come up to a road where it forks. Not forks. It goes into 4. You can either go straight, north, or south. South would lead you in the direction of Hearthold. East would continue to take you towards Harvest Moon Meadow. And north would take you to the Lake of Heroes. The Lake of Heroes is not very far north from here. But it is a very large lake.
Look at my friends and ask them what they think of going to a lake.
We need to confirm Eva's family is safe.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to confirm the treasure is safe too. And it's water, and I love water. Maybe we can go across the lake to get to Eva's family?
Would I know whether or not that would be a thing?
So on the map that was in the notes, are you talking about the Lake of Heroes? It should be on there. Let me double check. I think it's on there. It is. It is on there. So yes, you do know of it. And on the north side of the lake, which, by the way, the lake takes up 7 hexes. It's 3 hexes north-south and like 5 wide. There's ruins on the north side of the lake, though. It would probably take you a couple days to get to the north side.
Okay. What I was asking was, would I think Garrick was trying to state that maybe we could cross the lake to get to Harvest Moon Meadow.
Mm-hmm. I think he's trying to convince you guys, though.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking.
He believes it could be possible because he wants to go to the ruins.
Would I know whether or not that's actually correct?
Roll a history check or survival check.
Survival. That's significantly.
Yeah, that's more like a
good.
math thing.
Yeah, sure. Oh, that was not in the thing. That's much better. That'll be a 19.
Oh, you know that it's not. I mean, you could explore the east side of the lake, but you're going off the road to do that. And then you'd have to travel through the woods with no road or sense of direction and things like that.
If we go to the eastern side of the lake, explore a little bit, and then pitch on to...
Yeah. I mean, it would take a little bit of time off your travels.
So regardless, it's out of the way.
Pretty much.
Oh.
It's what you're saying.
A little bit.
But it's only a little bit out of the way. Didn't you say how many?
It's far enough out of the way.
I'll post a screenshot in the thing.
Once we
All right.
confirm Eva's family is safe, we will have time for any misadventure we wish, as it does not seem... If they're there, then our job will be done.
Okay, copy. I'm going to post it in Discord.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh, why did it do that? No. Sorry, I'm on my second laptop. That's where I keep my notes rather than my other one. Because one goes into my house with me during the day, and this one stays out here. So I don't have to set everything up every time. Okay. I'm posting it in the Discord right now.
Okay.
Oh.
There we go. There's the map. And it goes from where the merchant thing was all the way to Harvest Moon Meadows.
Okay.
So you guys are you're in the hex, you see the purple swamp east of the stuff. That was where the dragon and stuff was. You guys are 1 hex up and 1 hex to the right.
Yeah, so we're in that.
Or actually, you're over where the 4 roads meet. Sorry, you're 3 hexes over. But you could go north to the lake, and the ruins are in that top hex of that lake that you know of. There's other ruins and things like that you've heard of, Eva, but that's the biggie.
Okay.
The one that all of the treasure hunters try to go to.
Oh. But can we come back at least?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess fine. Let's make our way to Harvest Moon Meadows then.
Okay. All right. And as you guys see the crossroads disappear behind you, we will end the session there, with you guys heading towards Harvest Moon Meadows.
To the Shire.
To the Shire, yes. You're going to be disappointed if you think those halflings are a lot like the hobbits, though. All right. So that was our session. Thank you for watching. If this is your first time here, please hit the follow button. We would love to have you back next Wednesday. If you've been here all along, like our buddy Shroot or any of the others, thank you for joining us again. This was session 12. So we've been doing this for a minute. Getting actually into the meat of the campaign now. You've met the dragon a couple times now. You've come across his path. You've now got an NPC that is part of the dragon's army that you have met a couple times, who you spared his life. Yeah. So, and you managed to meet Jerry's Magical Wonders, which I tend to always have some kind of goblin merchant in my game, so I'm excited to have introduced him as well. So, yeah. We will be back next Wednesday for this campaign. I don't believe we have any Wednesdays off coming up that we've talked about. It's been a minute, but we will be back on our regular schedule moving forward. I've been doing a lot of miniature painting on the channel with my wife. We've been doing that a couple times a week. I think we've done it 3 times in the last week, 2 weeks. We will probably be doing that again in the next day or two. We've got Descent into Avernus Saturday, where we're playing with other YouTubers. DM Lair Luke. Nate from WSD20 is not going to be present for this week's game. He's got a family obligation. But Jake will be there from Mini Terrain Domain, and Paula from Awkwardly Nerdy, and myself. So we'll be playing that Saturday, 1 player down. And it'll be 8:30 till about 11:30 again. And yeah, and then we got a Fantasy Flight Star Wars coming up in a few weeks, and a character creation for another D&D campaign on a Saturday coming up in a few weeks. So there's a lot going on, and I'm really excited about it. And so that's what you can look forward to on Master the Games Twitch channel. And if you want to watch any back older episodes of this or any of the other games I'm running, you can go over to the YouTube channel and watch that. Does anybody else have any games coming up in the next week or so? Or anything going on?
No.
Yeah.
Most of my stuff's either IRL or in podcast form, so we don't actually stream anymore. I do still play Curse of Strahd on Monday mornings.
Nice.
At like 9 a.m. my time.
Jeez. I wish I could play during the day. I feel like a daytime game would be perfect when I'm like wide awake, and I don't know. I just feel like it's great.
So as soon as I get out of Curse of Strahd, I have like an hour or two, and then I play with a bunch of people from the UK, and so we all jump in a video chat, and we just record it. We don't actually stream it anymore because they're making a podcast instead. But
so you don't even need a camera for that.
I don't, but we still use video just because we like seeing each other's pretty faces.
It's easy too to tell if someone's about to talk or something. That helps. It's very helpful.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's good. Meek, are you still doing Descent into Avernus?
Yeah, we have our Friday games at 5.
This week?
Yep.
I'll be hosting it. It won't tell you because it's auto-hosted at the start. But
Appreciate that.
So, yeah, you can come here, and then when it goes to her little stream on my thing, click on it, go over to hers, and follow her. So.
Thanks.
Awesome. And then, Tom, I know you said you wanted to run a game if we have any open weekends, or whatever coming up. You want to talk about that in case anyone watching might be interested?
Yeah, if we have a week where one of us can't play and we can't do Forgotten Throne, I'm going to be trying out the Zweihander system, which is an outgrowth of the original or the 2nd edition Warhammer game, third-party interpretation of it. It's a really fun system. I've been taking a look at it. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And we'd be running an all like first-time Zweihander player game.
Awesome. And maybe we just schedule it one night in like the next month or two.
We could absolutely do that. I got the basis for a little one shot planned, and should be a lot of fun. 2
or 3 players set up right now, because I would be 1, right?
If you're in and Paul's in, then I think we're at about 4.
4? Okay. So there's a chance we might even be able to take on 1 more person for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And Paul, do you have any games coming up or anything like that?
No, I do a Starfinder on Sunday, but we're not streaming it right now. We just got to a point where it was a little bit easier for us to not stream it. So
right. Okay. Everyone's Twitch handle is on the screen right now. So if you're interested in following anybody or getting to know anybody better, you can do that. Or you can find us in my Discord, which the link is down below. Would love to have you join us, even if you just want to talk about RPGs or whatever. We love interacting with you guys. And we've become pretty active over there as a whole. Like, the group has picked up a lot in the last couple months. So yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. We will see you guys next week. Game on.